Today we will learn how to unlock sample schema SH in Oracle database. Configuring SH schema in Oracle database is a three-step process. Number 1. Download the schema. Number 2. Modify the script. Number 3. Run the script. In this video I am going to show you the proper way of implementing these steps. What's up internet, I am Manish from rebellionwriter.com. If you are new here, then please consider subscribing. Also press the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's start the tutorial. Let me quickly tell you the setup that I will be using for unlocking and configuring the SH schema. So, I will be using Oracle Database 19c, which is installed on Windows 10 operating system. This Oracle Database 19c has one root container database $root and one pluggable database ORCL PDB. I will be installing the sample schema SH in the pluggable database ORCL PDB of my Oracle 19c. Though I am using Oracle Database 19c, but you can use these steps to install SH schema on Oracle Database 12c onward as long as it is based on multi-tenant architecture. That being said, now let's head over to the computer and see how to download and configure it.
Here we are. Since Oracle Database 12c Release 2, Oracle does not ship sample schemas with the bundle, except the HR user. Therefore, we need to download them from GitHub. For that, you need to go to this link. I will leave this link in the description of this video, so don't worry. Now, scroll down a little bit and come to this Oracle Database 19c section. Here, first click on Assets and then click here on Source Code and download the sample schema in the zip format. To save time, I have already downloaded the files. Here it is. Before we do anything else, let's quickly extract these files. Great, done. Now I will move these files that we just extracted to another location.
This is an extra step, though it is not necessary, but keeping things organized makes life a lot easier. Here we will just paste these files into the folder that Oracle Universal Installer has created for sample schemas. So let's do that.
Okay, first get inside this directory that we just extracted and quickly select all these files and copy them. Now head over to your Oracle Home. My Oracle Home is in a folder called App, which is created in C drive.
If you don't know the location of your Oracle Home, then just don't worry. I have done a video on how to find Oracle Home and SID. Just go ahead and watch that. Link is on your screen as well as in the description.
Anyways, once you are inside your Oracle Home, next you have to find a folder named Demo. Here it is. Inside Demo, you will find a directory with the name Schema. Just open it. Now, I will delete all these files and folders of this directory except the log folder. See, except from this log folder, nothing is important here. So don't delete it. And in case you don't have a log folder, then create one. Fine. All the files and folders have been deleted. Just paste all the files that we downloaded and extracted. Done. Now let's head over to step number 2, which is modify the script.
Before I get into the details of the modification, let me quickly explain you the file hierarchy and the background processing. This will minimize your confusion and help you in better understanding the process. So, to install the sales history or SH schema, we will have to run a script. The name of that script is sh_main.sql. For proper configuration of the said schema, this sh_main.sql will in turn execute 3 more scripts. One for creating the objects like tables and their constraints, one for populating those tables, and one for post-load operations. This post-load operation script will create all the indexes, views, materialize views, dimensions, and comments on the objects of the SH schema. Now the name of these three scripts are as follow. sh_main.sql. This is the base script for installing the SH schema. csh_v3.sql. This script will create all the objects. lsh_v3.sql. This script will load all the data into the tables. psh_v3.sql. This is the post load operation script. Among these four scripts, we will have to modify only two. The first script that we will be modifying is the sh_main.sql and second will be the lsh_v3.sql. Let's first open the sh_main.sql and see what we have to update or modify.
First, get inside this sales_history folder. In this folder, you will find all the scripts that I have mentioned. Anyways, let's find our script sh_main.sql. Here it is. Let's open it. And here we are. In this script, we will be replacing all the instances of sub_cwd with the directory location of the scripts that I've mentioned to you just now. In my case, that directory location is this. In your case, this could be different, so specify accordingly.
Nevertheless, before you comment and ask why we are doing this, sub_cwd is actually a Perl command, which on execution is replaced with the location path of the current working directory. But in Windows environment, this command does not work. Thus, we will be replacing it with the actual location path. Now that I have explained it to you, let's quickly replace these three instances.
In this script, there are total 3 instances of sub_cwd command, and all of them are located at the end of the file. Therefore, we first need to scroll down and come to the end of the script. Here they are. Now let's replace them all. I like this multi-cursor feature of VS Code. Anyways, done. Next, let's open lsh_v3.sql. In this script, we will be replacing the keyword newline with the escape character /n. Those of you who are installing SH schema in Linux may not have to do this. Anyways, just search for the keyword newline. Here it is. Replace it with /n. Make sure to enclose the /n inside a pair of single quotes. Done.
Now we have to run the sh_main.sql script, but this is not going to be simple because to run it we need 9 things, and these are: first, the location of the sh_main.sql file; second, password which you want to assign to your sh user; third, name of the default table space; fourth, name of the temporary table space; fifth, password of your sys user; sixth, directory path of your data files. This will be the path where compiler can find all the sh schema related files like lsh_v3.sql, csh_v3.sql, psh_v3.sql and others. 7th, location path of your log folder. 8th, version of the schema you are installing. 9th, connect string. To install the sh schema in Oracle database, we must specify the values for each of these parameters and in the same order. Right on your screen are the possible values for all these parameters that I will be using for installing the sh schema. Let me quickly explain it to you. But if you are in a hurry, then you can jump onto the timestamp that is flashing on your screen.
Location of sh_main.sql script. In my case, the location path of this script is this. But the first half of this location path is the DB home. For SQL compiler, the default search location for any script is the DB home. Thus, we don't need to specify this part. Therefore, the location path will look something like this. Next is password for the sh user. In my case, it will be sh_pass. You can set whatever password you want. Next two parameters are the names for the default and the temporary table spaces. In my case, as a default, I will be using users table space, and as a temporary, I will be using temp table space. If you are not sure about the names of your table spaces that are created in your database, then you can query the DBA_table spaces dynamic performance view. I have showed the process in a quick video that I have uploaded on my Facebook page. You can check that out. Link is in the description. Anyways, next parameter is the location of the data file. Firstly, don't confuse this parameter with the location of the data files of your table spaces. This is the location where compiler can find the scripts that I mentioned earlier in this tutorial. We know where we have placed those scripts, on this location. Next is the location of the log folder. This is the same folder which I asked you to not delete earlier in this tutorial. Remember? You simply have to specify the path of that folder wherever it is located in your case. For me, it is placed at this location. Now, the next parameter is version. To find out the value of this parameter, we again have to bring up the names of all the files that are getting executed for installing the sh schema. Here we are. Here, if you will see these names carefully, then you will find out that the names of all these three scripts are ending with the same string, which is v3. That is exactly the value for our parameter v3. Now, the last parameter, connect string. As I said earlier, I am installing the sample schema sh into the pluggable database ORCL PDB. For that, the connect string is this, at least in my case. Read the blog to know how to find out the connect string. Now the most important thing that you must take care of while installing the sh schema. Right on your screen are all the location paths along with the connect string which we will be using for installing the sh schema in Oracle database. While writing these location paths, make sure the data file path and the log directory path always end with a slash. Just ensure this thing and the installation of the sh schema will be smooth as butter.
And if you're still here with me, then please press the thumbs up button and like the video. Also, share it with your friends. Now, it's time to move on to the final step of the process. Run sh_main.sql script. Next, we will be taking all these 9 things and putting them into a single string. Yes, you heard it right. We will have to put all these 9 parameters into a single string separated using a white space. Let's do that.
Okay, here we are. Let me quickly connect to my database. I just used the sys user to connect with the database. Right now I am connected with the root container. Next, I have to switch the container from the root to the one which I am installing my sh schema, which is ORCL PDB. To do that, I need to make sure if it is open for read-write operations or not. Let's quickly do that. In my case, the pluggable database ORCL PDB is already open, which means I can easily switch over. If it is not in your case, then just run the statement which is flashing on your screen. Just make sure to change the name of the pluggable database accordingly. Anyways, now let's do the switch. To switch the container from root to pluggable database, we will use the alter session DDL, like this. Done. Now we are all set to install the sh schema. As we know that to run SQL script in SQL plus prompt, we first have to write @ followed by question mark followed by the location path of the SQL script that we want to run. In our case, that script is sh_main.sql. Let's do that. Now give a space and then write down the value of the first parameter, which is sh_pass. Similarly, write down the values of all the parameters in the same order as we discussed. Make sure to separate them using a space. Next we just have to hit the enter key. Let's do that. The SH schema is installed and you should be connected with it. You can check like this. That's it. You can find all the statements that you saw in this entire video on the corresponding blog. Make sure to check that out. Link is in the description.
That's it. There you go. Hope you enjoyed watching. If so, then please press the thumbs up button and like the video. Also, click here to watch the next video and here to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. This is Manish from rebellionwriter.com.